Week 2 of the NFL season just wrapped up last night, and I dropped the game from last week. I went 10-5 last week. This week I go 9-6. Not great, but we still went positive, so I'll take it. Let's take a look at some of my L's. The Patriots one kind of made sense. I mean, I was always going out on a limb with that one. Dolphins just have a better team. They have more speed on offense. Ultimately, that's what it came down to. They could make bigger plays than the Patriots could. Patriots have to drive down methodically, and that's hard to do. They just don't have enough talent offensively. But they still almost came back at the end and tied it, but ultimately Miami took that over. That's to be expected. I do want to say, though, Mac Jones is underrated, man. Mac Jones is a good quarterback. He just needs that difference maker. You know, Tua, he's got two difference makers, Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. Mac needs someone like that. Now, there's no one like Tyreek Hill. We already talked about that. But somebody on that level, someone around that level of a separator, of a receiver, Mac needs that for the Patriots to take that next step. Let's take a look at some of my other mess-ups. The Broncos, and a last-second Hail Mary attempt fails on the two-point conversion. Washington, 2-0. Sneaky 2-0. We'll keep an eye out on Washington. Eric Bieniemy and that offense was clicking. Sam Howell looked good. They scored 35 points and they won, so respect to Washington. And how about the Lions? To come up from such a high, defeating the Chiefs, week 1, the season opener, and then they come back down, losing in overtime to the Seahawks, who are out their two starting offensive linemen, or their offensive tackles, rather. Come on, Lions. Then there's the Chargers. I mean, do we even have to talk about the Chargers? I don't want to talk about the Chargers, You know what? Actually, I do want to talk. Let's talk about the Chargers real quick. Let's talk about this guy right here. Brandon Staley, the head coach of the LA Chargers. Brandon Staley. What else do you need? What more do you need? You have Justin Herbert. You have Austin Eckler. Keenan Allen, Mike Williams at receiver. You just drafted a receiver in the first round. You have Josh Palmer. Gerald Everett. A good offensive line. You have the highest paid defense in the NFL. And you're giving up 34 points to the Titans, who could barely scrounge up. What was it? They scored 13 against the Saints last week. I don't want to call for anyone's job, okay? But at the same time, bro, the Chargers are 0-2 with all of that talent. They're a top 5 roster. Let's be real here. It's like Cleveland, the 49ers, the Eagles, Chargers, and who else? Who am I missing? Who's another top roster? They're at least a top 4, if not top 5 roster in this league. And they're 0-2. It's crazy. From one quarterback of that 2020 NFL draft class to another, let's talk about Joe Burrow and these Bengals. Now, Burrow was seen limping off the field after their 27-24 loss to the Ravens. I picked the Bengals to win, by the way. They never led in this game. It felt like the Ravens kind of controlled this game the whole way through. Lamar looked phenomenal. We'll get to Lamar in a second, but I feel like they need to shut down Burrow and let that calf heal. We already saw with Rodgers. He came into this season with a calf injury, and he tore his Achilles. I would hate to see the same thing for Joe Burrow. It might mean going winless for the next couple weeks, but at the same time, you have to prioritize Joe Burrow's health. He's already missed his rookie year with an ACL injury. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's still young. You just paid him all this money. Protect your investment. I would rest Joe Burrow for a little bit, man. Now let's talk about Lamar Jackson, man. One of my favorite players in the NFL, man. Went 24-33, 237 yards, 2 tutties, 54 yards rushing as well. The man was phenomenal. Lamar Jackson is a top 6 quarterback in this league. Maybe I'll drop my quarterback rankings in another video, but Lamar is so good, man, and he's still so slept on. He's got so many haters in the league and so many haters as NFL fans. That's why I root so hard for Lamar. Some anonymous scout I think it was a year ago or something, said that to him, it didn't matter if Lamar won 12 straight MVPs. He would still see Lamar as a subpar quarterback. That's the uphill climb Lamar is fighting each and every week, he's got that chip on his shoulder because so many people doubt him still, despite the greatness that he shows week in, week out. So I hope he can stay healthy, man, because if he can stay healthy, this is the best supporting cast he's ever had. That defense is good. We know Coach Harbaugh can coach his ass off. They're great in special teams. Lamar, stay healthy. That's a Super Bowl contender right there for sure. Let's talk about an underdog coming into this year, man. The Bucs are 2-0, and Baker Mayfield is balling. Now I know it's the Vikings and the Bears. I get it. Okay, I understand, but it's still good to see Baker balling, man, because this man's been shit on, he's been spit on, he's been talked down on. Everybody and their mama love to hate on Baker Mayfield. I like Baker. I really do, man. I liked him when he was on the Browns. I felt like he didn't get a fair shot, especially that last season because he was injured playing with a messed up shoulder. So it's good to see him healthy, playing well. Mike Evans is cooking, man. I mean, this is fun to watch. Baker had 317 yards passing. Mike Evans, 171 yards and a score. This duo is cooking, man. Let's see how long it can last. Hey, the Bucs still have, remember, this is a team that went to the Super Bowl not too long ago. They still have a great defense. Todd Bowles, you know what you're getting from Todd Bowles. Good defense, focusing on the run game. Rashad White, still not great efficiency, but 73 yards, he scored a touchdown. So if they can get that run game humming, like the way this pass game is looking, whew, nobody going to want to see these Bucs when it matters. That's for sure. And sticking with the NFC South for the final team I'm going to break down for after week 2. How about the Falcons? 2-0, taking down the Packers, who looked like world beaters week 1. Granted, they played the Bears. Seeing a common theme here. Sorry, Bears fans. Bijan Robinson. Bijan Robinson is the truth, man. This dude has a 99 juke move. I mean, that's the best way I can put it. The way he can maintain his balance while shaking defenders and maintaining top speed is crazy. And he can stop on a dime like nothing and accelerate with the best of them. Like, this dude might already be the best running back in the NFL. Christian McCaffrey is making a great case that he's still number 1. But Bijan is at least top 3, man. He's phenomenal. Arthur Smith, with the way this offensive line is playing in the run blocking, and Arthur Smith's ability to conjure up these phenomenal run plays, making Desmond Ritter's job as easy as possible, that's still going to be, going to be a question mark. Desmond Ridder should have had 3 picks. There was 3 dropped interceptions by the Packers. So I did pick the Falcons to win this game, but I got lucky with that. Excuse me, I picked the Falcons to win. Did I say that? In my mind, I felt like I said the Packers. Anyway, I picked the Falcons to win this game, and they did. But Desmond Ridder's still going to need to play a lot better for this team to be a contender, and that's a big question. But for now, they're 2-0. This run game with Bijan, Tyler Algier as well. It's a nice-ass offense to watch, man. A lot of fun to watch. Drake London got going, too. But Kyle Pitts? Where's Kyle Pitts? We got to figure that out. That's all I got for week 2. Let me know your thoughts in the comments.